Oh, we need to mark off this unicursal from yesterday. I thought I marked it off, but it doesn't appear so. It's like roughly right here. 464.14 ish, or what is that? Yeah, 464.14 ish roughly. I'm going to put that as the unicursal hexagram energy or line from price level from yesterday afternoon. Right, and so we should be going through that now in this last hour, the last half. Sorry, not last hour, but in the last couple hours of the day, not now. In the last couple hours of the day, we should be going through this. I say now because I'm used to getting on at 3 o'clock, but it's not 3 o'clock; it's 1:30. So we have lows here around this time, right? We sold off from a near overbought crest or peak. Oh, that's interesting. Well, they've got bar replay. I like that. That's really cool. I don't know if how I would use that, but I'll find some way because that's really interesting. In any case, we should go down through this price level by the end of the day. Especially, I'm saying that because we have this unicursal price level here at the end of yesterday, and we went higher. Unicursal indicates a price level. If you go higher after it, and it indicates a price level that you'll break down through. Hey B, excuse me. Hey B, Fed speaks at 2:30. Yeah, I think we discussed that they're going to raise rates. I forget if that was what I said. I think I said I feel like they're going to, and then I might have gotten distracted and not thrown down a card for it. Pretty sure they raise rates. See, what's interesting about this midday low is we've got the Ace of Swords here, and the Ace of Swords usually indicates a price level where there's enough price change back and forth, like around that price level, that you could trade in both directions, like either off of it or into it, and or both if you time it right. But to see it in the low, it's not like natural in the in a low significator position because it's very often a top E card. So my sense is that we probably have. Well, no, you know what? That was here. That was 11 into 12. Yeah, so that's exactly what that was, right? We went up into Ace of Swords and then came back down into a low. And we should do some like swinging back and forth here for a little bit before we have a notable decline. This is also like here end of day a trade opportunity here. We have the trade card nullified from on the 14th, but the trade card here at the end of the day next to the Ace of Cups. My sense was that it was speaking about this. That's why we have this little note here that it was pointing towards that as the trade as a trade time. In which case, you probably want to get into. I feel like we still go higher from here into the 18th. I feel like we still go higher from here into the 18th. That's what it feels like to me. Um, we have a move higher tomorrow, or like I should say overnight. It looks like revisit a crest here at the beginning of the day. Price swings, breakout off of a low. Hmm. And we're already in the lust by the 14th. We're in the lust card by the 14th, so a little ahead of schedule there. Excuse me. Which actually could mean that this Ace of Swords is like actually speaking. It's related to this price level we have here on the 13th. That actually makes sense. Here on the 13th, we have this price level, this Ace of Swords that's highlighted midday. So this is probably a pretty important. I'm gonna price. I'm gonna notate this off. Um, 12. And that's roughly what 465.30. Hey Ellen, hey Raymond, hey Av, hey it was luck. Do I see a bottom in Bitcoin tonight? I'm actually gonna hop off really soon here, guys, and then be back on around 3. I just wanted to hop on because I kind of missed the morning session, had a late night. I was taking advantage of lunar influence to do as many 2024 recordings as I could. So now I'm into editing mode here, and a lot of stuff should come out shortly. Bitcoin. Man, I'm like cloudy today, I gotta say. Oh, that's the wrong one. It's gonna take a moment for it to download. Oh, here it is. Because I'm backing up all of my files, all of my predictions onto a private cloud. And my God, it makes it like it's like this queue, and everything that I try to open that's on the cloud is behind that queue. It's really frustrating. All right, so Bitcoin. Right, so we have this prominent peak today. And we should get into kind of like a sideways S sort of formation, back and forth between a channel, or maybe it's just once back and forth. Revisiting a support level on the 15th. Um, it's a good. There's a good likelihood that we reached the like local low here has already been formed. Um, if we do go lower, it would be into like the 16th, 17th, but it's sort of mixed, but to the downside into the 17th, and then there's going to be a peak here on the 19th. I'm just not sure if it's going to be like another high or not. It could be like a peak like this, or like this, not necessarily like a high. The strife card would indicate that we probably see lower around here, right? The strife card is a decline from key resistance with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down, right? But it's crossed with sideways rotational and key support on a multi-day scale. So that's why I'm saying it could end up going sideways over here. Hard to say. Um, I think we probably reached. I think we probably reached a local bottom, and then we might revisit it here around the 16th, 17th, or 15th, 16th, I should say. Hmm. Con- uh, December 15th, at the money put on consumer discretionary ETF. What's the do you know the ticker for that? What's the ticker for that consumer discretionary ETF? Can I give guidance, trend direction on Tesla and IBM remainder of the week? I feel like it's not saving my drawings all the time. Does anybody else feel like that's happening? Because I feel like I've marked off Tesla's December start to December multiple times now. Oof. Yikes. That's definitely off a little. Well, let's see how today played out, because it might actually be a spike there. No, not really. Interesting. Well, this is the period of volatility for sure. Actually, you know what? There was this spike here at the beginning of the day. That actually is right on point. There was a spike here right at the beginning of the day. And then that turns into volatility that should end with a fast sudden move higher. Somewhere around the cusp here of the 13th, 14th. Matter of fact, it looks like there's probably another crest at the end of the day on the 14th. And then from that, looks like a sharp drop into a trough on the 15th in some like mixed behavior, but multiple support levels should be broken through. And then the other one was IBM. Interesting. That's one I haven't done anything on for 2024 yet. It's a little surprising. IBM's pretty big deal. Whoa. Whoa. I have three cards jump out of the deck. Claire Kinetics, super reliable, and it's like, wow, like what? These like literally I was shuffling and they flew out of the deck. Indicating a significant cash out opportunity and also an opportunity in the midst of a decline to close a short position and open up a long position. And then it looks like there's more like another cash out opportunity. So we probably open higher tomorrow and then decline, and in the midst of that decline there's an opportunity to open a long position to close the following day, something along those lines for IBM. XLY or XLY. Okay, let's take a look. Cannabis Group. Um, Looks like it could be a good short, provided that I'm right. I'm not right all the time. Remember that. So, but it does look like it could be like a really good short based on where we are price wise on the chart, kind of like syncing up with the timing of what's happening with the Fed today. Yeah, it looks like a good move, Raymond. All right, guys. So with that said, I'm gonna roll. I will be back on around 3 p.m. I just wanted to hop on midday and say what's up and kind of like bring everybody up to speed. So we're gonna do like this sideways fluidity, equal amounts of bulls and bears inflow and outflow along this price level right here. Um, and then we should decline further into the end of the day. Look out though for a big move higher, pushing the upper end of a range higher, either at the close or more likely overnight. Interesting. The Seven of Cups here has a very close energetic correlation to both the Five of Cups and the Six of Cups, which you find here. So I think probably whatever crest we might see here at the end of the day, that price level is probably revisited here somewhere. Man, I'm really surprised we didn't open lower though. That's so crazy. Oh, well, look at that. I mean, it happened, but it was like, man, I hate it when that happens. This is literally like at the close, there was a spike all the way down to 462, which we should mark off as an emperor price level. And there's really no brown. I don't understand why there's no brown. That's weird. Seems very strange to me. Which is the 4, I believe, right? I forget if it's the 4 or the 5. I think it's the 4. Just double check. Yeah, 4. Okay. Right, Hero Fantasy 5. Uh, all right, so end of day would be an exit. You're looking for an exit, probably the low of the day here in the Ace of Cups. So lower than the price levels of either the same price level or lower than the price levels of where we made a bottom here around 460, 464, 14 ish. I would exit out of a short and I would open up a long with the intent to close that long probably first thing in the morning or at a breakout. Probably better bet is at a breakout after price swings, after a high and then price swings. We should see another high, like a breakout through resistance, stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through that same price level with the full retracement. Like in the midst of that move higher, breaking through resistance briefly, that's where I would look to exit out of the long position. On gold. Yep, real quick before I roll. For you, AV, you got it. Um, the 2024 gold and the 10-year gold are coming out some point in the next like 3 to 7 days, somewhere in there. I just completed the recording yesterday. Okay, so that looks like that was the high for December, and the reason why I say that is because the December high is this prominent move higher followed by a full retracement. The lovers card is like this type of pointy triangular with equal sides. That's the lovers card right there. Now we could continue lower to this price level, and it would still be lovers card, or we could stop right where we are, and that's Lover's Card. So it's hard to say where we'll stop. But the end of the month seems to be where there's a trough, or a low, like a month's low is towards the end of the month, and we should have multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance as we move into into the new year. Man, look at that move. If you like were paying attention to our 2023 gold reading, and you got in at this low here before this high. I mean, look at that. Like, it's a solid move. All right, my friends. With that, I'm gonna roll. I'll be back on right around 3 p.m. today Eastern time as usual. Blessings to all my angels.